Hey guys, it's Mike with Redneck Politics, where real American voices matter. Hey guys, how are y'all? Hope all is well with you and your loved ones. Guys, if you think our gas prices are bad, well, they're fixing to get a lot worse. So you can definitely count on that. In the past 4 days or so, it's already gone up in some places to $3.15, $3.20. Of course, this is just starting out, so it is what it is, you know. I think one of the things that are bothering me so much about this whole campaign, this whole war thing, is we can't get a straight answer from no fucking body. I mean, not from Pete Hegseth, not from Trump, not from Marco Rubio. I mean, we're hearing nothing but them walking all over each other's comments that they had already stated the day previous. You know, one of the first things that Marco Rubio come out with was that we had to attack. We had to have a preemptive attack because Israel was going to attack Iran, period. We couldn't stop them. We couldn't do anything about it. So we just said, well, to hell with it then. We'll just go ahead and join you and spend $300 or $400 billion real quick on bombs and ammunitions and stuff like that. We really don't even know what else we're fighting for. Other than the Israelis said that they were going to attack Iran, and we better do something pretty fast. And if that's true, the thought of it makes me sick to my stomach, because that means that we have a president of the United States who is conducting a war of his own makings, and of course Netanyahu. You know, he is the one that has pushed Trump to do this over and over and over. I mean, the man comes to the White House 7 times in just a brief period. I mean, you're not coming over playing chess or anything. You know, you're coming over here for a reason, and that reason is just what Netanyahu, he wants us in this war with them. Just like on the 12th day. You know, everybody, you know, Trump, Marco Rubio, Hegseth, you know, BB, all them come out and said, we have destroyed their nuclear capability once and for all. Period. It's over. We told you that's why we had to do this, and this is why we did it. Okay. So, why are we doing this again then? I mean, you see what I'm saying? None of this is making sense. Nobody's given a reason why that this is even happening. People want to say it's regime, and then you hear Trump get on TV and say, hell, we've done killed most all their leaders or persons who could have been capable of leading. But ain't that the same regime? Of course, they can't get nobody because you done killed everybody. Who is controlling this? I have a lot of questions about who is actually controlling this. Us or Israel? Because I think everything we're doing is on what Israel's, what interests them, what gets them to whatever goal they're trying to reach a lot quicker. But Israel just by itself can't stand against these other countries like Iran. You know, they've got to have more of a powerful nation to help, which is where we come in. But then what happens? And God help if it does. But then what happens if now China says, well, hey, if the United States can just declare war anytime they want, then we can at least go in and say, for humanitarian reasons, we're giving these Iranians the ammunition and everything they need to fight you back. In the meantime, oil has went to hell and back. Shit's being blowed up. It's costing money out the wazoo. It's just gotten crazy. But it keeps me every time that I have that question. Why are we going to war with Iran? Now, I'm old school. And I remember back in 79 when we was having this bullshit with Iran and them holding our American hostages. That sure wasn't looked too kindly on during that time. And it still leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. And I don't care at all for that regime over there. I am not and will not say anything to protect Iran, because it is a terroristic state that helps and provides funds to all these far out Muslim groups, and I don't know if they're just, I shouldn't even say Muslim, but that's the only way I can identify it. Damn. But just like Iraq, we did the same thing with Iraq. We went into Iraq. We put a government together. And then next thing you know, all these Kurds and these other groups just got wiped away because they had helped the Americans in that war. Trump right now has a lot at stake in the Middle East. I just want you to hear something, just to let it kind of sink in. Whenever Trump's first term ended, Jared went to Saudi Arabia and got $2 billion to open up some type of financial firm, and it's supposed to be supposedly for the Trump family and him, which is very unprecedented. We've never seen any family member from any past president go to a foreign country and request and get that kind of money, but they did. Netanyahu, he put billions of dollars towards Trump because he wanted Trump in the office, because Trump made it easier for him to reach the goals that he's trying to reach. Here we have a $500 million plane given to Trump by Qatar. I mean, a lot of the cryptocurrency backing, a lot of this all stems from the Middle East. So, who are we really, or who is Trump really working for? Who is him and his family working for? Are they working on the behest of the Israels and what they're trying to achieve, and just, that's what we concentrate on, our military, our funds, to back this type of things that Israel wants to do? You see, that's why you have Congress. Congress is the only one that can declare war on another country. And Trump and Hegseth and all of them have been told repeatedly, you can't do this. So now they're trying to turn it around in a different kind of way. Of course, you also know about Ecuador. We got American troops over there helping them, and we're talking about now taking Cuba out. Trump and his family has a conflict of interest with all these Middle Eastern countries, which in itself is very bad, very bad. But it goes back to everything I've said, about this man. It's out for money. It's out to enrich his friends. It's about him manipulating the system and keeping power. I'm going to tell you now, I think he's going to try to help rig the 2026 campaign, and I really think he's going to try to rig the 2028 presidential race if he doesn't do something before that by trying to get Congress. And that's why we need him Congress to change from Republican to Democrats or Senate, either or, so we can put up roadblocks for these men to give us all time to have a little bit more breathing room and trying to figure out what the hell we're doing. Because as of right now, I don't think anybody can even give a solid answer on what the hell are we doing over there. But without Congress, I'm telling you, this man's a rogue-ass president, and he's going to keep doing this kind of stuff until he is stopped. You know, he ran on lower prices, lower inflation, lower cost of living, no wars whatsoever. He gonna stop the Ukraine-Russia war on day one. Hell, that shit's still going, and they still talking about it, and we don't ever hear nothing from it because you've got all this other stuff he's having to deal with, like the Epstein cases. This war that he has now started. Now he's talking about, like I said, Cuba and Ecuador. But guys, right now, Rand Paul, Thomas Massey, Tim Kaine, and Rouhani is trying to pass a War Resolution Act to stop this man in his tracks, which is what should have been done already. So it will be voted on. I'm sure Trump, if it is voted against him, he's going to try to veto it, period. But now they're trying to turn it around and say, oh, it's not a war. It's a military operation. It's a special military operation. That's what this is about. Well, if that's the case, then I still definitely think you should have went to Congress. You know, but see, that's what they do. They try to use these words to try to trip folks up and say, oh, well, I didn't mean it this way, or no, you took it that way. I mean, it's bad that as an Americans, we can't stand up and talk to each other like adults. This is our country that's going to, pay these consequences if this shit over here gets out of hand. We're already having enough trouble now in the United States with all these the tax breaks that have been given to the rich on this big beautiful bill, and then the cutting of $500 million in Medicaid, $250 million in SNAP for kids to be able to eat. You're taking away from veterans who have committed themselves for this country. And some of them went over and died for this country. Some of them come home crippled and maimed. And you're gonna cut benefits. You're gonna fire these people who are working for the federal government to help veterans. Man, y'all a joke, man. See, Trump cares about nobody but himself. He's a rogue-ass president, and I'm telling you now, he's going to do everything he can to stay in power. Mark my word, that man's going to try to stay in power, because he knows without staying in power, then there's a possibility everything that he has achieved in these past 10 or 15 years, he can lose. And he knows it. But guys, if you like this kind of content, you know, hit that alert button, cut that notification on so you can get my content as it comes out. I thank you for all my subscribers. You guys are wonderful. I thank you, the ones who haven't subscribed, who just click on it to see what I have to say. And I thank y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, because every day I get up, I do what research I need to do on whatever topic I'm talking about. I try to bring it straight facts to you. So guys, hit that subscribe, okay? Let's take this adventure, together. Guys, ain't never love and peace to all of you. Y'all take care, and we'll see you guys the next time. Thanks.